Welcome everybody. Welcome to Steel Story Shorts. We actually now in a different scenery. We changed the sceneries. We are on the S-5 booth, and I'm talking here with Rob Haddock, who is a legend, let's say, in the steel roofing industry. Welcome, Rob.
Thank you for having me. Glad to be here. Or glad to have you here.
Exactly.
You're my guest here.
Yeah, now we are the guest here. So tell me a little bit about yourself and a little bit about S-5.
Sure. Marcos, I started working in the metal construction industry when I was 17 years old. And by the time I was 19, I had started my own business doing steel erection and metal building erection. And so after working and consulting to the metal roofing industry and community for about 20 years, I retired from the construction business and got into innovating and inventing specifically better ways to attach things to metal roofs, because I had been consulting to the industry and working within that industry, and every problem I ever saw on a metal roof was because somebody wanted to mount something to it and didn't know the right way to do it, because there was no right way. It was by hook or crook and by guess and by golly and ruined roofs. And so I decided to start a product innovation company to solve all those problems. And that's exactly what S-5 is.
So tell us a little bit about your booth and what kind of products you're showing here today.
Well, you'll be able to see as you look around this booth, and I'm sure you'll get some B-roll on that. We try to exhibit various things and various ways that we mount different things onto metal roofs. Everything from HVAC equipment to service walkways to satellite dishes and communications equipment to, of course, snow retention was where we started. Yeah. Pipes and conduits, and solar. Solar is a big piece of what we do now with the solar revolution going on.
And tell me a little bit about that. What makes them your products ideal for this to install the panels in the metal roofing?
So all our products are not only designed but also warranted to last the life of the roof. And so that's a pretty big deal.
And what is the key advantage of using metal roofing as a platform for solar?
All our products are penetration free for standing seam roofs, and they do not violate, whether a standing seam or whether a face attached roof, they do not violate the integrity of the metal roof.
And this is very important, not only for the owner of the house or the building, but really for us to produce the metal, for us to keep that warranty. We don't want that to be damaged, right? So not really perforating or going through the metal allows us to keep our warranty to our customers.
Exactly. And going beyond that, all our products are fully tested for load capacity in 2 different load directions. And so what that means, we've done testing on over 500 different profiles of roofing, metal roofing, and different materials and so on and so forth. What that means is that any attachment of anything onto any metal roof can be engineered to withstand the forces of nature that will try to make it fail.
Which is a big deal. That's why metal roofing are so popular right now. What is the key advantage of using metal roofing as a platform for solar systems?
Well, a key advantage is that solar on other roof types has to be supported by a structure. So you have to build a structure on a membrane roof or some other roof type to mount the solar to. With metal roofing, that structure is inherent within the roof. By virtue of the ribs or the seams of the roof, that structure is already there and it's already paid for. So all that's needed is a way to connect the solar module to that roof, which is a structural roof.
Mhm.
And so that is what
That's where
some
S-5
of our
comes in.
innovations are. That's what we do, and it saves time, it saves money, it saves collateral load onto the roof. You know, from that would result from having a whole nother structure built on top of the roof. And so it's a cost savings, it's a time savings. It just makes sense. It's the right way, as we say.
The right way to do it. So if you want to put solar, you put in a metal roof.
So, exactly.
That's what sensible people do, right? we just extended our warranty last year. Our galvanum warranties now is like they can reach up to 60 years. Can you talk about that?
It's about time you did that. Yeah, I can talk to that. You know, I've been installing metal roofs, as I explained to you already. And people within the roofing and design communities tend to base what they perceive as a service life based upon the warranty that the producer of the material offers. And so the metal industries has always been very, very conservative with those warranties. Well, your competition in membrane and shingle and asphaltic roofs and so on, they're not that way at all. They really stretch the limits, to the expected life, and sometimes they even cross the line. So it's good, and people have perceived in the past, when the warranty was a 25-year warranty, which was standard, as you know, for galvanum, that it's a 25-year roof. Well, it's not. And you know that the MCA did a field study to assess the real service life of galvanum standing seam. And I led that team that did that. And as a result, it was proven from empirical data and evidence, aged roofs, that the real service life of galvanum standing seam is close to 70 years. That's a pretty big deal. No offense.
Some wiggle room.
I think you're still under warranted, but it makes a huge difference.
Yes, it doubles, right? What it was there before. So.
Yes.
And I think with time we get more confident. We can start adding more to that the warranty too. But I think it's a big change in the industry. What role you see metal roofing playing in the future of renewable energy and sustainable building practices?
Well, solar PV has now demonstrated a documented service life, a mean service life or average service life, very close to 35 years. So metal, the galvanum in specific, but certain other metals too, copper, zinc, and so on. But galvanum is documented, as we just spoke, to have a service life of about 70 years. Your competitors in the membrane and asphaltic industries, the service life there is only like 15 to 25 years. So what that means is that roof life will expire midway through the expiration of the solar life. And that roof will have to be replaced. You can imagine what that involves.
Install everything again, take it out.
Take it off first, re-roof it, put it back. That destroys the financial pro forma of solar on those roofs. But on metal roofs, it's one and done. In fact, when the solar system wears out, you can take it off and put a new one on. You're still within the service life.
The metal roof.
Of the metal,
it's a big deal too in terms of sustainability, right? I mean, most people that want a solar panel, they are looking to be more sustainable, and having to replace those membranes and throw it away or the shingles, they're just losing that it's not as green, let's say, as a metal roof.
Exactly. Yeah. It's not as green and it's not as sustainable. Sustainability is all about service life, really. That affects the carbon footprint of the building, the entire building. Right?
Which remains the same for 50 years. If you replace in between that, you add in that carbon footprint.
Exactly.
And can you share a memorable project where S-5 solutions were particularly very effective?
Sure. There are a number of them. S-5 has been utilized on some very high-profile jobs. including the world headquarters of IBM, Google, NATO, Enreal, and Apple Computer. The facility in Cupertino that looks like a big flying saucer, that has S-5 is attaching everything that's on
all
that.
all the solar panels.
all the service walkways, all the fall protection equipment, all of it. In addition to that, we're used on very well-known brands like FedEx, like UPS, Costco. We're on every Costco store that's ever been built in the world, and many other well-known brands.
That's awesome. And I'm going to switch a little bit, talking on a lot of notes. Let's talk about those boots, right? And we have a story behind it. What are they?
Well, Marco, you're from Portugal.
Brazil.
Brazil.
Yes.
Sorry, Brazil. You speak Portuguese. But
Yeah, it's the same language.
So that boot is made from the pirarucu, which is a fish that swims the Amazon in Brazil.
So the great story about that. I'm like to be a foodie, and I did went to Alex Atala. He's a big chef in Brazil, and I went to try his restaurant in Brazil when I was there last time, and they served pirarucu, right? So I ate pirarucu, and I was talking about that in the table where Rob was sitting with us, and he said, "Wait a minute, is that the fish?" I said, "Yes." Can you eat it? Because I have boots made of it. So I'm like,
I have 5 pair of these boots, different colors and patterns. It's become my favorite boot leather.
They're phenomenal, right? They look awesome and they last forever and make of a big fish, which is actually very tasty too.
Well, I'm glad to know that because I've never eaten it. So you've eaten it and I wear it.
There you go. Can you tell us about what's your outlook for 24? How are you feeling about the year ahead of us?
You said one word.
In one word, yes.
One word would be fantastic. If you want more words, of course, I'm speaking from my perspective as S-5. Our business is growing year over year. We're really excited. We've become a global company. We've shipped product to 76 different countries around the world. And so our business is expanding globally, and everything looks beautiful to me.
That's great. That's great. Well, I'll thank you very much for listening to us. And Rob, you want to close out with something? Any messages?
God bless you all. See you next time around.
Thank you.